Today I'm going with another question and with another answer. So here we are going to look at this question. Synergy Limited is manufacturing a product since year 2010. The company was doing well till year 2022. After that, its market share started declining. Accumulated losses started mounting and in turn carried a persistent negative impact on its cash flow. Basically the whole thing. So there is as a result, morale of the employees was not up to mark. So the market share, see, these are the key words you're looking for. Market share has started declining. Their accumulated losses have started mounting. And there is a persistent negative impact on its cash flow. Okay. As a result, the morale of the employees was not up to mark, which means the employees also, maybe there is a little employee attrition also, employees are leaving. So the board of directors of the company thought it proper to continue in business by placing emphasis on improvement and internal efficiency. So again, that is your thing, that is emphasis on internal efficiency. In view of the same, the board of directors is evolving a workable action plan with the intent to ensure a radical change in direction in strategy, which includes revamping in top management. Which retrenchment strategy company should adopt in the given situation? Also state the stages in the action plan for the strategy. You are going to follow something called as when you look at the turnaround strategy. See, when you see the retrenchment is an organization substantially reduces the scope of the activity. So you have to first find out the problem areas, what is causing the problem, what is the root cause of the problem, how to solve the problem. The second step, you are going to take steps to solve the problem. See, here your question happens to be how this company has this Synergy Limited is going to make a turnaround because it doesn't intend to shut down and leave. Okay, so it wants a retrenchment strategy that's a workable strategy. So this is how it goes. When you see the conditions are indicators for need of turnaround. See, already it is there. You have to write since Synergy Limited is suffering from, see, these are all the keywords you have to look out. See here, it is already there. Persistent negative cash flow from businesses. Uncompetitive products or services. But that is not there. Declining market share was there in your question. Deterioration in physical facilities. Overstaffing. High turnovers. Here we had low morale. In your question, there were three things. Persistent negative cash flow from businesses. Declining market share was mentioned. Low morale was mentioned. So these are your three keywords from which you are going to look at the internal retrenchment turnaround strategy. So Synergy Limited is suffering from persistent negative cash flow from its business, which may have been the result of uncompetitive products or services. They are having a declining market share and which has led to accumulated losses. And there is a low morale of the employees. If you see, all the 3 points are there. Market share has started declining. Accumulated losses started mounting. Persistent negative impact on its cash flow. As a result, morale of the employees is not up to mark. All the three. So what are you going to look for? You are going to look for this. So you have to write from Synergy Limited. So they are suffering from all this. And you can also include the other points like this. Synergy Limited has been suffering from persistent negative cash flow from the business. And the market share has been declining. Employees due to this have been suffering from low morale. The reason might be due to uncompetitive products or services, maybe overstaffing and mismanagement. The low morale in future might lead to high turnover of employees until Synergy Limited takes steps for a turnaround strategy. See, what is stage 1? They have asked for stages, right? So you're going to tackle this. Please write it this way. The first one is assessment of the current problems. Assess the current problems and get to the root cause. What is causing this? It can be mismanagement. It can be overstaffing. It can be uncompetitive products or services. You have not changed according to the times. It's not suiting the taste and preferences of the consumers. Focus resources to cut the damage. Stage 2, what will you do? Analyze the situation to develop a strategic plan. Yash and company, please write. Synergy Limited. Sorry, I was in the previous class. So, Synergy Limited, for this one, should look for the viable core businesses, that is, the working core businesses, retain them. Then, adequate bridge financing. What is bridge financing? Between one loan to another loan. When they are looking for it, they have something called as bridge financing to help them, because they've got accumulated losses. The market share is also declined. They may not get enough resources, financial resources. So look for bridge financing. Available organizational resources. Synergy Limited should look for this also. Analyze the strengths and weaknesses in the areas of the competitive position. Where are my problems starting? What are my competitive strengths? See, once major problems and opportunities are identified, develop a strategic plan with specific goals and detailed functional actions. Stage 1, assessment of current problems. Stage 2, analyze the situation. Once you understand what the current problems are, analyze the situation and develop a strategic plan to meet the current problems. Stage 3, implementing an emergency action plan. What is this emergency action plan? Declining market share, accumulated losses, low morale of employees. It's suffering from 3 things. So now what will you do? The plan typically includes human resource. Maybe you can lay off some people. I mean, you have to cut costs, budgeting, financial, then you go for bridge financing. Maybe you can sell some assets. So financial, marketing and operations actions to restructure the debts, improve the working capital, reduce the cost. Cost cutting should be there. Maybe you can shut down certain products which are not really viable. They're really not selling. Improve the budgeting practices. Budgeting right from, that is, here you're going for cost cutting. Maybe work in a shift system. So here, prune the product lines. When I say prune the product lines, you have to cut off all those products which are really not making any profits and accelerate the high potential products. What is selling, produce more. What is not selling, cut off. It's like the lizard cutting off its tail to save its life. The same thing when you, what you call now as a turnaround strategy. A positive operating cash flow must be established as quickly as possible. How will you ask the cash flow? There's a negative cash flow. So because there is a negative cash flow, where will you get the money from? Maybe you have to sell some assets. And when you do cost cutting, maybe you can save some money. When you go for bridge financing, some more money. So the operating cash flow will flow in for you to improve your business. And you're going to restructure your debts. Go maybe talk to the bank, do it. So Synergy Limited has to do this. Stage 4 happens to be restructuring the business. The financial state of the organization's core business is particularly important. When I say core business, what am I actually doing? Strengthen that. What is not working, prune it, trim it off. That's why I gave you the example of a lizard. A lizard, whenever it wants to escape, will cut its tail. The tail will grow back. It is okay to live another day. To put it very simply, to live another day. So Synergy Limited has to survive for a few more years. You should be in this business. So prepare cash forecast, analyze the assets and debts, review the profits. Basically, you are going to look at the entire budget. Right from the operations budget, cash flow budget, you have to restructure it. Review the profits. Analyze other key financial functions to position the organization for rapid improvement. Maybe you can change the top management. Maybe they are not functioning very well. Maybe bring in people who are charismatic leaders who can lead your organization to success. So all this you would have to do it. Because see, if you see this, it is given all the keywords. And what are they looking for? Is thought it proper. The board of directors of the company thought it proper to continue in business. So they are not going for divestment and all that. So what am I looking for? I'm looking to turn my business around. Keep that in mind. So this is turnaround strategy. In view of the same, the board of directors is evolving a workable action plan. What is a workable action plan we talked about? Here we are talking about improving the working capital, reducing costs, restructure debts, improving the budgeting practices. This is your workable plan. Stage 3. Stage 4 is restructuring the business, preparing the cash forecast. What do you need in future? Then analyzing assets and debts, review the profits, analyze other key financial functions. See, where can I cut costs, improve my cash flow? This is where I'm going to look. So, trim away those that are not making any profit. Produce more that is being taken by the consumers. Stage 5 is returning to normal. In the final stage of turnaround strategy process, the organization, because you've done so many, you put this action plan in place. The organization should begin to show some signs of profitability. That is, Synergy Limited should make a turnaround back to it should find its legs, I should say. Return on investments, enhancing economic value added. When you say economic value added, in other words, it means a positive cash flow. Okay, return on investments also means where there is a better market share and more profit. Emphasis is placed on a number of strategic efforts, such as carefully adding new products. See, we have even gone one step further, adding new products to suit the tastes and changing tastes and preferences of the consumers, improving the customer service. Customer is king. Creating alliances, maybe forming alliances, strategic alliances with someone who has the better research and development facilities, with other organizations, etc. So this is stage 5. So we have 5 stages. Once you know the current problems, you start a strategic plan, put it into action, and then work it out, and then you return to normal. So when it's in the final stage, definitely the company will show some improvement. So please, when you're answering the question of Synergy Limited, please answer. So which is asked a very clear question. Which retrenchment strategy company should adopt in the given situation? Also state the stages in the action plan for the strategy. There are 5 stages. These 5 stages are the one you are going to look for. And this is how the question should be answered. So the company, these are already the Synergy Limited, what are they suffering from? Please mention it. And then you say the company should look out for the retrenchment and turnaround strategy to find its feet in the business world. And then you explain these 5 stages, how you have to analyze the current problems, find out the root cause, then create a strategic plan and put it into action. Once you do that, see how it works, and then you come to it. Definitely by the time you are in the final stage, the company will show some profitability. Because when you start restructuring debts, you're doing a lot of cost cutting, you're removing the non-viable products that which are not selling. So you're definitely going to make a turnaround. See, turnaround related to product mix, people mix, and important elements of a turnaround strategy. Product mix is what kind of products am I giving? Which people see, supposing if I'm a company that is selling personal care products. See, whenever you go for personal care, just soaps, think how many different kinds of soaps we have. We have like a plain soap, we have one with lime, we have one that is flower scented, rose scented, jasmine scented. So product mix may be changed, requiring the organization to do some repositioning. What do people like? Give them that. That's what will sell. See, core products neglected over time may require immediate attention to remain competitive. What is a core product? What am I selling? When I'm selling a soap, what am I selling? When I'm selling a chips packet, what am I selling? When I'm selling a chips packet, I'm actually selling instant gratification of hunger. That is what I'm selling. It's not just a chips packet. At that moment, my hunger goes. See, the core products that are neglected over time may require immediate attention to remain competitive. Some facilities might be closed. This is cost cutting. The organization may even withdraw from certain markets, maybe certain regional, supposing the market in Kerala is not functioning. Shut it down. You don't have to be kind about it. If your organization has to survive, cut it off. The organization may even withdraw from certain markets to make organization leaner or targets its products towards a different niche. So now what am I going to do is concentrating on a particular niche rather than going towards the entire market. So I will think my product, who buys it? Which group buys it? What do they like? What should I give them? Turnaround related to people mix. Here, we already saw low morale of the employees. So how will you encourage them to stay with you? See, once there is a low morale, there will be high employee turnover also. They will leave your company. I should stop that. I am losing valuable employees who know or have the skill. I shouldn't lose them. So reward and compensation systems that encourage dedication and creativity, encourage employees to think profits and return on investments. So people who are focused on making more money. Everyone should work, but give them very clear reward and compensation systems. That is the sales targets. You get the sales targets, 10,000 bonus, done. That will trigger, that's the way of doing it. It's called as a carrot approach. So compensation system, so that is a people mix. Who should be placed where, who is more capable of doing a particular job, place them there. That's a people mix. So important elements of turnaround strategy are these all. Please don't forget to mention these. So you can write Synergy Limited might make changes in the top management. Please mention that Synergy Limited wherever you can. That's how you have to approach the question because it's a case study question. Changes in the top management, initial credibility. So the changes in the top management. So Synergy Limited can introduce changes in the top management, which adds the initial credibility building actions. Then neutralizing the external pressures. Like your investors are panicking. They all want their money back. So you have to neutralize the external pressure when they ask for their money. You have to tell them, no, please wait. We have introduced this turnaround strategy. We are addressing the problem. If you can wait for 6 months, we will make a turnaround. So neutralizing the external pressures from your investors, from your suppliers who want immediately the money for the goods they have supplied, the raw materials they have supplied. Right now you are suffering from negative cash flow. So please wait. So neutralizing external pressures, identifying quick payoff activities. If you have receivables that are pending, please get it back. Identifying quick payoff activities, maybe sell some assets, quick cost reductions, electricity bill, cutting down on all the unnecessary activities. See that people don't take too many tea breaks because the production is affected. So quick payoff activities, quick cost reductions, revenue generation. What sells, sell it. That is revenue generation. Asset liquidation, like I told you, because you have to make good the money. Asset liquidation for generating cash. Maybe the suppliers want their money. So you at least you make part payment. Asset liquidation for generating cash. Better internal coordination. So these the points are these 8 points please mention without fail. The Synergy Limited can introduce changes in the top management and also enter into credibility building actions like part payments to the suppliers and neutralizing the external pressure. It also needs to neutralize external pressures from say the suppliers, the vendors and the investors, showing them that you have already started the turnaround strategy and quick cost reductions. See, please mention all this in your answer. So it has to introduce this. So this is your question. Thank you very much. With this we stop for today, and please use all this in your answer and always refer to Synergy Limited's point of view, because the question is in Synergy Limited. Please mention from Synergy Limited. So Synergy Limited has to introduce the retrenchment strategy. The company is suffering from market share, declining market share, accumulated losses, which has led to persistent negative cash flow, and the morale of the employees is low. So it has to introduce. From there you start your answer, mention the 5 stages and end with that last slide I told you. The important elements of turnaround strategy, please mention in your answer. Thank you very much. With this I stop today's this question and answer for that question.